Hey CFW, here's week 8 of the cycle 3 programming. So Monday, going to our back squat strength work, part A being the kind of prepped section to get you all ready and even working on the skill of the squat and opening up the positions a little bit more. So we got 3 sets of 15-second plate squat hold and then 10 back squats. So a little bit less than last week. And we're going to do a set. So one set of this every 3.5 minutes. So you got rest in between. You don't need to rush. It's just about kind of getting nice and set in that first part. And then part B is going to be 2 sets of 8, and then a set of 6, and then a set of 4. And you're going to do each of those sets at that 3.5 minute mark. So we're just going to follow that timer across all the sets. And the goal being part A being to get prepped and ready, and then part B is going to be working on strength and stamina, because we got starting with a higher rep range, and then we're going to end with a lower rep range, so we can kind of go heavier as we go from one set to the next. And you can see the reps are being reduced, so that means we can kind of challenge ourselves a little bit more with the weights. So that will be the first part, and then our workout is nice and straightforward. 5 rounds, 1 minute row, 1 minute rest, kind of like Friday's burpee, box jump over workout. Very straightforward with this one. We're trying to push the pace and maintain that for each of those sets. We're not going at 120%, so treat this like, okay, you got to repeat that same number. If you saw how you scored on Friday, take note of that. Maybe you went out too hot. And so when you go into this workout, kind of start with a 7 out of 10 pace and then gradually kind of like build up if you're not sure with your pacing. But if you're pretty in tune with that, you can get right up to that 8, 9 out of 10, and you can kind of sustain that. So just kind of being aware of where you're at as an athlete is important, and then being able to kind of adjust accordingly as you do this workout. So goal is to keep the same number of reps or calories per round in this one. Tuesday's workout, this is one of the workouts that we would usually do last week on a Tuesday, but moved it a little forward since we had that 3K run. 2 rounds of all of this. We got 3-minute AMRAP of 6 burpees over a line, and then 6 cal row. And then we got 6 minutes of recovery pace spiking. So that means like we're going hard for those 3 minutes, and then we're going to take that 6 minutes to go easy, but we're going to still keep it moving. So we're trying to recover at a pace that will allow us to breathe and kind of catch our breath again. Then we're going to do another 3-minute AMRAP at a hard pace, 6 cal bike, and then a 100-meter run. So out to that parking lot sign and back, and then 6-minute bike again. The idea is every 3-minute interval, we're moving hard, and then we got double the amount of rest. So that means we can really, really push the pace on each of these to really like work on that higher intensity, but at that intensity that is high enough that you can maintain for 3 minutes, not going really fast for like a minute and then kind of crashing and burning for the last 2. We want to be able to sustain for those 3 minutes. So just keep that in mind with today's workout. But overall, 36-minute workout, longer workout. Really, if you're looking at it, we got 12 minutes of actual hard pace kind of intervals, and then the rest, those 34 minutes, I believe. I might do, no, actually, sorry, not 34 minutes. I can't do math right now. 6, 12, 18, 24 minutes of the easy pace. So we got some kind of base conditioning that we're getting out of this workout, and then we're working a little bit on a higher intensity. So a really good workout today for those of you kind of working on building your capacity. And then Wednesday, we got our Canada Day. So we're going to do like a just simple workout, 20 minutes, hitting sit-ups, squats, alternating dumbbell snatch, push-ups, and pull-ups. So we kind of got like a little bit of everything today. With this one today, want to try to aim to get 3 to 5 rounds done in the 20 minutes, minimum of 3, 50 sit-ups, 40 squats, 30 alternating dumbbell snatch, 20 push-ups, and then 10 pull-ups. So we're challenging capacity today. We get to kind of do each movement and then move on to the next. And the first couple movements have big number of reps to them. So maybe you're going to break them up. But those sit-ups and squats should be something that you can kind of just fairly move through easily. as we get closer to the movements on the bottom end, they'll be a little more challenging and you might need to break them up a little bit more. But goal is 3 to 5 rounds in those 20 minutes to get a good workout on our July 1st or Canada Day workout there. Thursday, we're going to take it easy, 36 minutes at that 65% low intensity, 1 minute med ball ground overhead, 3 minutes bike or row, 1 minute curtsy lunges, 3 minute bike or row, 1 minute farmer's carry, 3 minute bike or row, and rinse and repeat for 36 minutes. Straightforward, easy pace, get a little bit of sweat on, have fun with it, let your body kind of recuperate. Friday, gymnastic strength, or just keep up that work with building that upper body strength with the pull-ups and the handstand push-ups. So build off of last week. And then our workout is going to be 3 rounds for time, 21 toes to bar, 400-meter run, straightforward, 12 minutes to get through it. So 4-minute rounds. And we're challenging our midline. So our core, the skill of actually controlling it and doing a toes to bar, because that involves skill, and the overall capacity. So trying to maintain, like working on the fitness aspect of this. With the toes to bar, that's going to be probably one of those areas that you're going to be limited in. So pick a progression where you can do 21 in 3 sets, or reduce the reps down to 12 to 15 if you do have toes to bar and you kind of want to work on it. That way you're at a stage where you can get, or at a progression that will allow you to get at least into that 3rd round, but also allow you to work on toes to bar. So if you're more in that 12 to 15 rep range where you can do about 4 to 5 in a row, then I would break the reps down rather than trying to do more sets. Same idea with the run. I didn't mention it here. If you need to, reduce the run. Also, like if it's taking you 4 minutes to do the run, cut that in half. Go into 200 meters instead. So half that distance. So scale accordingly so that you guys can get into the 3rd round of this workout or get this done. But it should feel challenging to be getting this one done in 12 minutes. Saturday's workout, EMOM 40, something that looks a little familiar. Just going to change the formatting here. But we got every minute on the minute, 1st minute cal row, 2nd minute goblet squats, 3rd minute cal bike, 4th minute kettlebell swings, 5th minute rest. The goal of today's workout is to work on endurance. So we're trying to be able to be repeatable. See that it's for consistency, meaning, okay, can we do the same number of reps every round? Gave you guys a goal target, 8 to 15 reps per minute consistently. But just look back at kind of like how you've been doing this workout in the last 3 weeks ago. Try to build a little bit off of that, especially with the rowing and the biking. Those are going to be similar to last time. Movements like the goblet squats and kettlebell swings a little bit different, but the other ones you can have a little bit of a comparable number too. And then Sunday, we're going to slow it down again, take it easy. Mobility and skill work. It's always awesome to kind of work on these skills. So hand opening and closing. So simply working on starting with the pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index, and thumb, and then trying to make it nice and smooth. We're going to be working on that. There's a lot of sensors and joints in the hand. We can make a pretty big impact on movement because there's a lot of brain space dedicated to the hand. So working on that, and then we're going to go into elbow circles, top elbow circles. So the top elbow circle is going to mobilize a little bit more of the ulnar bone rather than the radius, because you got 2 bones in there in the forearm. And then 5 shoulder blade circles. So the goal of that one, just like the other ones, is again mapping out those joints a little bit better. And when your brain has a better idea of where you are in space, then you can execute movements a lot smoother than if you didn't have the body awareness. And then part 2, conditioning. Straightforward, 30 minutes, kind of like Thursday's workout, 3 rounds, 2-minute row, 2-minute bike, 2-minute ski, 2-minute assault bike, 2-minute skipping. Just steady pace, get the heart rate going, get a nice smooth workout in, nothing too high intense, so that you can kind of get into the rest of your Sunday, enjoy the weekend, and also kind of help you modulate the intensity across the week. So hopefully you guys enjoy that one. If you haven't already, sign up for the anniversary party, July 25th. It's under the events tab. Get that registered in. Helps us get everything set up. And then other than that, guys, enjoy the week, and we'll see you guys at the gym.